hate to admit that it took going on blood thinners after my cancer surgery to get me to be safer in my own shop. And we certainly aren't lacking for things to cut ourselves with while we're working on our airplanes. And since everybody I've ever heard of owns a hobby knife if they own an airplane, I suspect we're getting hurt by these things more than anything else, and that's just our own fault. What's exceptionally dumb about this is that there's a very easy, cheap way to protect your hands. The VersaTouch gloves are made from several high-tech threads that are highly resistant to cutting. They also weave in some very fine stainless steel thread. I know the weave looks pretty dense, but it's actually very soft and conforms to the hand very well. It also has a good amount of stretch, so it fits more hands more evenly. Before I actually got the VersaTouch gloves in hand, I was worried about them being too cumbersome. But that's not true. It's actually pretty easy to work with the glove on. I'm not going to be doing little puzzles or anything, but for working on airplanes, these things are nice. And I like how the cuff runs up the arm a little bit, because that's a good place to get cut too if you're not paying attention. Because the VersaTouch gloves are woven, they offer the most protection against straight blades. I can apply a good amount of pressure in a slashing motion with the hobby knife, and it doesn't appear to damage the glove at all. Change that to a stabbing motion, and things are completely different. There's only so much protection any one design can offer. Keep in mind that this kind of penetration can happen with small drills or even small Allen wrenches. Something else that can compromise a woven glove is a serrated blade, and that can even include a fine-tooth razor saw. The teeth can snag the individual fibers and start compromising the glove. Of course, just because you put the VersaTouch glove on doesn't mean that you can do something stupid. No matter how much protection you have, it's still smarter to cut away from you and using a scrap piece of wood as a backstop. I even use the VersaTouch glove when I'm cutting a piece of wood with my razor saw. And I can hold smaller parts safely for trimming with the hobby knife. No matter what you're doing, you have to remember that a glove like the VersaTouch is there as a backup for common safety practices. If you're going to do dumb stuff with your cutting tools, you're just liable to be able to hurt yourself no matter what kind of protection you use.